The James Webb Telescope has just seen something terrifying on our closest neighbor, Proxima B. There is dirt, signs of chaos and destruction, which no one had imagined. At first we thought that there could be life on this planet like Earth. But the new research of the James Webb Telescope has surprised even NASA. This research has dashed the hopes of scientists around the world. What is happening there? Could this be a glimpse of Earth's fate? Or something even more terrifying? Let's know the shocking truth about Proxima B that has shocked everyone. Before we go into details, please subscribe to the channel so that you keep getting information about science and technology. Scientists are freaking out over strange lights spotted on Proxima B, the closest planet to us outside our solar system. It's just over 4 light-years away, orbiting a red dwarf star called Proxima Centauri. This super-Earth has been a big deal since we found it in 2016 because it's in the Goldilocks zone, not too hot, not too cold, where liquid water and maybe life could exist. But the James Webb Telescope just flipped the script with some seriously weird news. What it saw on Proxima B isn't just exciting, it's downright spooky. Unlike Earth, this planet is tidally locked, meaning one side always bakes in sunlight while the other is stuck in endless night. Scientists used to think if smart life existed there, they might use tech like solar panels or artificial lights to share energy between the two sides. Cool idea, right? Then Webb's super-sensitive gear picked up something wild. Faint, eerie lights glowing on the dark side of Proxima B. These weren't just random flickers. They looked a lot like the kind of lights we make here on Earth. At first, people thought aliens with light bulbs. But hold up, it's not that simple. The light patterns are messy and strange, not like anything natural like volcanoes or northern lights. So, what's really going on? Is this a sign of something alive and clever, or something way creepier? If these emissions are artificial, it suggests the presence of a civilization that is at the very least as advanced as ours. But what kind of people could survive on such a crazy planet? And what else could they do? Proxima B isn't exactly a vacation spot. It orbits a red dwarf star that blasts it with wild solar flares. Think massive bursts of energy that could peel off its air and fry the surface with radiation. It's a brutal place. Yet, if something's living there, it's tough enough to handle that chaos, or maybe even use it. And that's where it gets creepy. Could they look at Earth, with all our water and resources, and think, wow, jackpot? If they've figured out how to thrive on their harsh rock, their tech might be way beyond ours. Here's where it gets wilder. Back in 2021, we picked up a strange radio signal from Proxima B. Not just random noise, it was sharp, like the kind of signal we use for phones or radios. Scientists couldn't say for sure it was aliens, but they couldn't rule it out either. And get this, it wasn't a one-time thing. The signal kept popping up, almost like someone, or something, was trying to say hello. But is it a friendly wave? Or something scarier? Those lights on the dark side of Proxima B? They might mean a civilization more advanced than us. Are they just trying to survive? Or are they up to something bigger? History shows that when explorers find new places, it often leads to trouble. If we're peeking at them through our telescopes, they might be staring right back at us. And if they are, what do they see when they look at Earth? And what do they want? What if the beings on Proxima B look at Earth, with all our problems like pollution and climate trouble, and think, are these guys worth saving, or just in our way? What we're learning about Proxima B isn't just cool science. It's a wake-up call. The James Webb Telescope's discoveries are shaking things up, showing us that hunting for alien life isn't just a fun what-if anymore. It's about getting ready for something we can't even fully imagine. Proxima B might not be some empty rock floating out there. It could be a sneak peek at what's coming, a future where we're not the only ones in the game, and the challenges are way bigger than anything we've faced. The Webb Telescope isn't done yet. More missions are on the way, digging deeper into stuff like what's in Proxima B's air, looking for signs of life, like gases we'd recognize, such as carbon dioxide, methane, or even water vapor. These are the ingredients that could mean life, at least as we know it. This isn't just about nerdy details, it's about figuring out where we fit in the universe. If we prove there's smart life on Proxima B, what happens next? Would it bring us all together, or make our fights here on Earth worse? Scientists are working hard, tweaking their tools and teaming up to make sense of signals from 4 light-years away. That weird radio signal from 2021? It's a reminder of how far we've come, and how much more we need to learn. The stakes are huge. Proxima B could change everything. How we see ourselves, our planet, and whatever's out there waiting. The James Webb Telescope is like a super smart detective, picking apart tiny clues from Proxima B to figure out what's natural and what might be made by someone or something. Scientists aren't just guessing. They're building a case with hard proof. What Webb's uncovering about Proxima B isn't just about this one planet. It's part of a bigger adventure, studying far-off worlds to learn how planets are born, how they grow up, and maybe even if they're home to life. For centuries, we've dreamed about neighbors in space, but now that we're actually peeking out there, it's not all fun and games. It's making us think hard. How do we deal with something totally unknown? What happens if we find life? Proxima B is super close to us. Well, in space terms, just over 4 light-years away. So it's the perfect place to dig deeper. It's our big shot to study a planet that could flip everything we know about the universe upside down. Imagine if there are smart beings there. How would we say hi? Should we even try? Just because we can doesn't mean it's a good idea. Webb's giving us this amazing new window into space, but every time we look, we end up with more questions than answers. Proxima B might just be the beginning. The deeper we explore, the more we'll find. Some of it could be answers we've always wanted, and some of it might be stuff we never saw coming. Every discovery is like cracking open a new door, and behind some of those doors could be game changers for how we see ourselves in the cosmos. Proxima B is teaching us how to keep looking, step by step. Science isn't just about solving mysteries. It's about figuring out the right questions to ask. Searching for life out there isn't only about curiosity. It's about growing our understanding of who we are and where we belong. Proxima B is like a big wake-up call. It's not just about what we discover out there, but how it changes us here. What if we find life on another planet? Could it make us rethink how we take care of Earth? Looking for life in space might even shake up what it means to be human, pushing us to think in totally new ways. Space isn't just about science, it's about stretching our imaginations and daring to dream big. Every time we uncover something new, like Proxima B's mysteries, we're not just building our future. We're learning how to explore with curiosity and care. And trust me, Proxima B isn't the end of the story. Our search has been going on for years, revealing a universe way wilder and more complex than we ever guessed. We're in a golden age of planet hunting. For thousands of years, humans have gazed at the stars, wondering what's up there. But it's only in the last few hundred years that we've started piecing it together. Things really took off in the 1950s when we sent robotic explorers out to do what we couldn't: reach beyond Earth. It was the start of something huge. Back then, the United States and the Soviet Union turned space into a showdown. Both had their eyes on the moon, and it was a wild ride. The U.S. stumbled at first. Its early Pioneer missions flopped 4 times in a row. But they kept going, and by 1959, Pioneer 4 broke free of Earth, zipped past the moon, and started sending back info. Meanwhile, the Soviets were rocking it. Their Luna 1 flew by the moon, Luna 2 crashed right into it, and Luna 3 snapped the first-ever pics of the moon's hidden far side. Suddenly, we were seeing things no one had before. The 1960s took space exploration to a whole new level. In 1962, NASA's Mariner 2 zoomed past Venus and spilled the beans on its atmosphere. Our first big win out there. Then, in 1965, Mariner 4 stole the show by buzzing Mars and snapping pics. Those shots revealed a rocky, crater-covered world, smashing old dreams of a green, Earth-like Mars. Suddenly, that red dot in the sky was a real mysterious place, begging us to explore more. The 70s and 80s were like the golden years of space adventures. NASA's Viking program dropped 2 spacecraft on Mars in 1976, hunting for life and checking out the planet's rocks and air. No aliens turned up, but the info they sent back was mind-blowing. The Soviet Union wasn't sitting still either. Their Venera missions tackled Venus like champs. In 1970, Venera 7 made history as the first spacecraft to land on another planet and phone home, even with Venus's insane heat and crushing pressure. Later missions showed us a wild, fiery world with molten rock and clouds of sulfuric acid. But if that was cool, NASA's Voyager program was next-level epic. Launched in 1977, Voyager 1 and 2 totally rewrote what we knew about the outer planets. Voyager 1 gave us jaw-dropping views of Jupiter and Saturn, their moons and rings. Voyager 2 went even farther, swinging by Uranus and Neptune, the only spacecraft ever to pull that off. They spotted 48 new moons, active volcanoes on Jupiter's moon Io, and even fresh rings we'd never seen. And get this, even after their main jobs were done, those Voyagers kept trucking, sending updates from the edge of our solar system. By the 90s and early 2000s, space was buzzing. The Galileo spacecraft, launched in 1989, zoomed in on Jupiter and its awesome moons. One standout was Europa, with its icy crust and maybe an ocean hiding underneath, perfect for future life-hunting missions. Space wasn't just a dream anymore, it was a treasure chest of discoveries waiting to be opened. Then came the Cassini-Huygens mission, a team-up between NASA and Europe's space crew that hit Saturn in 2004. Cassini showed off Saturn's jaw-dropping rings and quirky moons, while its Huygens probe touched down on Titan, the biggest moon. Titan turned out to be wild, with lakes of liquid methane and a thick orange haze. Next up, we started chasing asteroids and comets. Japan's Hayabusa mission snagged bits of an asteroid and brought them home, giving us a sneak peek at the solar system's baby days. Europe's Rosetta mission went even crazier. It chased down a comet, orbited it, and landed a probe on that speedy ice rock. The stuff it found on Comet 67P, let's just call it the cosmic snowball, was like opening a time capsule from space. But Mars is the real rock star. NASA's rovers, Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and now Perseverance, have been cruising its surface, finding signs of old rivers and lakes. Perseverance, which rolled in during 2021, is grabbing samples we might actually bring back to Earth one day. Oh, and don't sleep on Ingenuity, the tiny helicopter that proved you can fly on Mars. Drones just got a big win. It's not just an American party, though. China's Chang'e program has nailed moon landings and even hauled back lunar goodies. India's Mars orbiter, nicknamed Mangalyaan, scoped out Mars's atmosphere on a shoestring budget that'd make anyone jealous. And Europe's been killing it too, with missions like Rosetta and Mars Express adding more pieces to our space puzzle. So, what's next? We're eyeing icy moons and bringing home more samples. Jupiter's moon Europa, with its secret ocean, is in the spotlight. NASA's Europa Clipper is gearing up to check it out. Mars might send its first rocks our way soon, maybe spilling secrets about its past. And after that, with tech getting better every day, who knows where we'll go or what we'll find? One thing's clear, our solar system adventure is just heating up. Even with all our space discoveries, the universe still has us stumped with some huge mysteries. It's a wild, crazy place full of questions we can't quite crack. Take dark matter. It's like an invisible force holding galaxies together, but we have no clue what it is. Scientists guess it might be tiny particles called WIMPs or axions, but they're still empty-handed. It's maddening. We know it's there, but it's like a ghost we can't catch. Then there's dark energy, which is even weirder. It's most of the universe and acts like a cosmic gas pedal, making everything spread out faster and faster. But what is it? Calling it energy is just a fancy way of saying, we don't know. It's a total head-scratcher. And the Big Bang? We've got the basic story. Everything blasted out from a super-hot, tiny speck. But what sparked it? What was before? If there even was a before. And where's it all going? Endless stretching, a big collapse, something else? It's like we've got half a story with no beginning or end. Galaxies are their own puzzle, too. We get the gist. Gas clouds squish together, stars pop up, black holes get huge. But the details? Total mess. Why are some galaxies cool spirals and others just shapeless blobs? And those giant black holes chilling in the center of almost every galaxy. What's their deal? Are they the bosses shaping everything, or just leftovers from the chaos? Oh, and black holes themselves. They're the universe's trickiest brain teaser. Throw something in, and it vanishes. Poof! Gone from our view. But where does it go? What happens when stuff falls into a black hole? Does it pop out somewhere else? Inside, there's this thing called a singularity, where everything gets squashed so hard that our rules of physics just give up. It's a total mystery. No answers, just crazy guesses. And life out there in space? Oh man, we've been searching and listening for years, but still nada. If aliens are real, why haven't they waved hello? Are we super special? Or are we just looking in all the wrong spots? It's like hunting for a needle in a haystack the size of forever, without knowing if there's even a needle to find. Time and space? Total brain benders. Could we zip through time? Are there extra dimensions we can't see? We're stuck inside this thing called space-time. But it's like trying to figure out the whole ocean from a tiny puddle. Even the regular stuff, like the matter we're made of, has holes in the story. There's a bunch of it missing, something we call baryonic matter, and we can't find it anywhere. Then there's neutrinos. These super tiny particles are all over the place, but they barely bump into anything. Pinning down what they weigh or what they do in the universe is like playing a game with half the cards gone. Star making is another head-scratcher. We know stars come from big gas clouds that collapse. But why do some turn into giant fireballs and others stay small? And why does the same recipe work everywhere in the universe? It's nuts! Then there's cosmic inflation. Everyone agrees the universe ballooned crazy fast, right after the Big Bang. Faster than light itself. But what kicked it off? And what hit the brakes? It's like a car zooming full speed then stopping dead, with no clue why. And cosmic rays? These zippy, high-energy particles blast through space. But where do they come from? And how do they get so juiced up? The universe is one big puzzle, and we're still missing a ton of pieces. Cosmic rays, these supercharged particles zooming around, could be a key to unlocking universe secrets, but right now, they're just piling on more mysteries. Then there's gamma-ray bursts. Think of them as cosmic fireworks turned up to 1,000,000. Are they giant stars exploding in their final moments? Or something even crazier? The energy they blast out is unreal, and cracking their code feels like figuring out a secret message from space. Interstellar dust and gas might sound dull, but they're the building blocks for stars. Where do they come from, and how do they work? It's like chasing ingredients in a messy kitchen with no recipe. Exoplanets, those planets way out beyond our solar system, are a wild bunch. Some are sizzling hot, others are icy cold, and a few might even be cozy enough for life. But why are they so different? And how do they get made? It's a total guessing game. Multiverses, other universes next to ours, sound awesome, but drive us nuts. If they're out there, how do we prove it? It's like being trapped in a box and trying to peek outside. Scientists dream of a theory of everything, one big idea tying all of physics together. But it's like chasing a shadow. Our best theories, like gravity and quantum stuff, don't get along, and mixing them might be the trickiest puzzle ever. Gravitational waves, little ripples in space-time, are a cool new way to spy on the universe. We've just started, though. What else is making these waves? And what stories can they tell? Neutron stars, leftovers from huge exploded stars, are bonkers, super dense, and totally weird. Studying them stretches our brains to the limit. And the universe's big picture? Galaxies clump into clusters, with giant empty gaps between them. What shaped this cosmic web? And what does it say about how the universe kicked off? Planets and their systems, like ours, are still full of head-scratchers. How do they come together, and why do they all turn out so different? Even Saturn's famous rings keep us guessing. Magnetic fields are all over space, tugging at stars and galaxies, but we're not totally sure how they work their magic. They're a big deal, but the full story? Still fuzzy. Then there's fast radio bursts, these super-quick zaps of radio energy popping off from faraway places. What's sparking them, and why do they vanish so fast? It's a fresh mystery we're dying to solve. The cosmic microwave background is like the universe's baby photo, a faint glow from the Big Bang. It's packed with clues, but figuring out every little detail keeps scientists on their toes. So, what about Proxima B? Could it be a sneaky warning about Earth's future? Or maybe it's hiding answers we're not ready for? What do you think? Drop your ideas below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more cosmic adventures.